Forward to getting back home Saturday after being on the road the last 2 weeks, 12 o'clock against Wisconsin, coming off top 25 win at home against Washington. They're a tough, gritty football team. I mean, they've had a murderer's row schedule. Ohio State, Oregon, Michigan, Iowa, Washington, Alabama, you name it. And, you know, I got a lot of respect for Coach Fickle. He's a proven winner. You know, the guy's had his starting quarterback available about 30% of the time during his tenure at Wisconsin. That's tough duty. So I think we need to understand that we're going to get everybody's best shot. You know, we're not sneaking up on anyone anymore. We got Iowa's best shot at Iowa. We got Penn State's best shot at Penn State. You know, Oregon was obviously a big game on the road, and we'll get Wisconsin's best shot. So we got to have a good week of preparation. So open it up for questions.
Zach.
Yeah, Curt, what went into starting Johnny over Zen on the offensive line? And do you have kind of a more firm timeline for Drew Evans' return?
Yeah. You know, Zen got dinged up in practice a little bit, so Johnny got more work. And Zen's was able to play in the game, but didn't get the reps during the week. So, and Johnny played well. Drew Evans will be a few weeks yet.
Zach and Pete.
Just to follow up on that, just more broadly, just how did you evaluate, particularly pass protection? I know that Penn State defensive front maybe hasn't been as productive as it was expected to be, but there are NFL prospects there. Did you kind of see some things that you feel like you want to get cleaned up in terms of pass pro in particular?
Well, I mean, look, you always want a clean pocket when you throw the ball. Now, that's not going to happen when you throw it 30-plus times. But, you know, they did put pressure on our quarterback. They do have some NFL-type guys up front. There were a number of clean pockets as well. Occasionally he got hit on a zero house blitz where they were bringing one more rusher and we could block, and that's going to happen. But you're always looking to improve your protection.
Pete on your left and Pat. And Curt, can I get the performance you're getting from Hardy? I mean, obviously he's played well all year, but this particular Saturday's game and what you're getting from him.
He's been a very consistent player. All three of those linebackers have been playmakers. Isaiah Jones has stepped up big time. Fisher was defensive player of the game. And Hardy has been very consistent and good special teams guy as well. So he's got a great future.
Pat on your left and Matt.
Curt, is there things that people missed with Mendoza? He was the number 134 quarterback coming out of high school.
Yeah.
There are things that were there then that people didn't see, and then how much was the progression when he got college? I know you've only had him.
Yeah. I can't really answer that question because I didn't know who he was in high school. You know, I became aware of him when we signed his brother, Alberto, at JMU, and then Alberto came with us when we came to Indiana. And, you know, being the film junkie I am, making all the different cut-ups, occasionally I'd see plays from Fernando at Cal, and then when he went in the portal, I obviously watched a lot of game tape on him and, you know, just really liked his stuff, you know, the physical quality, all the stuff you see, you know, the quick release, the arm, the mobility. And, you know, he's a great person. He really prepares. He's really smart. And he's developed quite a bit since he's been here. And I've said this a number of times, but I'll say it again. As much as he has improved, he can still improve more. And he's probably taken his biggest step in the pocket in terms of staying calm, going through his progressions, his footwork. And there's still times when you can see that, you know, he needs to clean some things up in the pocket. But, you know, that final drive, we weren't getting much done on offense the previous few drives. He had been hit quite a bit. He got sacked on first down. 2nd and 17, running clock, minute 30, our own 13, no timeouts, right? Wasn't looking real great at that point. And everybody responded, and you know, it always does start with the quarterback. And you know, he stuck a few balls in the seam, made some throws, our guys made some catches, and you know, all culminated in the last play. So, you know, it was a great win. And a real shot in the arm for our team, who was down down and out in a lot of people's minds and refused to lose and got it done.
Follow up, sorry, good guy from Miami who's been in Cal for 3 years, handled the snow outside right now, is he okay?
Say again, I'm sorry.
And a guy who grew up in Miami and spent 3 years at Cal, can he handle the weather we have right now?
I'd say he can handle about anything. Fernando, yeah, he can climb some tall mountains, but we'll get him a winter jacket. Or we're not allowed to do that, are we? He probably has a good one anyhow that says Indiana on it.
Matt, on your right, then Sammy.
Coach, you mentioned Wisconsin went over Washington, really shut them down. They shut down Washington offensively, a good offense. Week before, they gave Oregon fits. What are you seeing from them defensively that presents some problems in time for you guys?
Yeah, they play hard. They play a lot of people up front. They get hats to the ball. Ben, don't break in the secondary. Keep the ball in front of you. Do a good job against the run game. They created turnovers against Washington. And then they got Washington bottled up in the one end zone, and it was very loud there, and they were having problems with the noise. So, they did a great job. They lost another quarterback in that game. Freshman stepped in, and to come away with that, they blocked the punt. To come away with the win under those circumstances, that was a great win for them.
Sammy, on your right, then Sam.
Coach, it's potentially the final home game, final regular season home game for a lot of guys. But what have guys like Aiden Fisher and Mikhail and some of these seniors meant to building the foundation of the culture that you wanted here?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's the last regular season home game. Really haven't had a chance to think about that very much. I think all the guys really are focused in on today and what lies ahead. But those guys have been tremendous foundational pieces for the program back at JMU and here at Indiana. They're great players, great people, great leaders. There's a number of them. I doubt that any of them are thinking about the end right now, because everybody understands sort of where we're at and what's possible.
Jim in front, then Eli.
Curt, to be a good quarterback and leader, it takes great personality traits. And if you have seen any of Fernando's TV post-game interviews in which he is able to answer, looks directly into the camera and hands out his gratitude to his teammates like a NASCAR veteran. And then if you've seen that, your comments. And then secondly, in yours on Saturday, you seem to get really emotional, very close on the verge to crying almost. Was that the most emotional win you have ever experienced?
Fernando never ceases to amaze me. He's so deep, he's so intelligent, he's such a good and caring, giving person that he's an A++ every single interview. And he'd be a huge success in anything he decides to do one day when football ends. I mean, he's just a special, unique person. And it's all real. I did get a little choked up there at the end just because I was so proud of our guys, and our backs were against the wall there, and boy, it wasn't looking very good. And in that venue, 105,000 people, and Penn State was playing really well. And let me tell you, Penn State got players. I give them a lot of credit. I got a lot of respect for that program. That was a great place to play. Their fans were awesome. I mean, they had it cranked up, and we found a way to flip the switch and get the momentum back and make the plays. And meant a lot. And I guess what part of it, probably I was thinking back a little bit. My first time in that stadium was 1971, and every 2 years I was in that stadium for about 15, 16 years. And I can tell you there were a lot of long rides home, not many happy rides home. So that one meant a lot. And you think about my journey, right? 10, 15 years ago. Did I ever think I'd lead a team into that stadium? No. Lead a team into that stadium victorious? So I think, but it was mainly centered around how our guys responded and the challenge that they overcame to get it done.
Eli in the middle, then Daniel.
Yeah, Curt, I was going to say with that play from, when you look back at the tape again from Omar's catch, does it still seem surreal how he was able to come down with it? And then I know we've talked about him this season, but how you've seen him develop to become the player that he is for you guys in this offense?
It was a tremendous play. You know, to be able to catch the ball, look down, and then get your feet in position. Great job by Derek Owings developing his core to allow him to do that in the air. And Curt working like he has the whole off season and in the fall. And, you know, he has developed quite a bit. He's another guy, he's like Fernando. He still, you know, has quite a bit of room for improvement because of his ability level. And he'd be the first to tell you that. But that was a tremendous play. It was a great throw, too, because, you know, 3 straight plays, they're bringing house +1. Now, we added a blocker to that final play, which meant they had to come a little wider and we had a little more time to get rid of it, but still took the hit. You know, Cooper can be as good as he wants to be.
Daniel in front of the bill.
Do you expect Surratt to play this week? And when you went back and watched Charlie, what kind of impressed you about him?
Yeah. I mean, Surratt's day to day right now, and I'll know more every single day. Becker has taken advantage of his opportunities before the Penn State game, and really proud of him to come up big the way he did in that game. And I thought he just showed a lot right there. We knew he had skills. He was long. He's always done a great job on special teams. He made some good catches when he had a chance to play this season. But in that venue, to make those plays, he was the offensive player of the game. And really proud of him. And now let's stay humble and hungry and build on it.
Bill, top left, last one.
There's been so much that's happened this year, getting to 10-0 and tying the team mark for best starts. Sounds like you've already done some thinking about your time going in, let's say, Penn State. From a historical perspective, have you had a chance to think about, or can you think about what this has mean, how, from a historical perspective, what this season so far, with games to go, has still meant for IU football?
Well, you know, we went down, you know, we kind of went through that last year a little bit. You know, when we inherited a program that had not been very successful, had lost more games than any other program at the FBS or Division I level, and got off to a 10-0 start, right? And fell short, really, you know, at Ohio State and up at Notre Dame. And you know, this team was put together, felt good about the pieces we added. You never know about your team really until you start playing the games, and then you build off your successes and develop belief and confidence, a little more team unity and intangibles. I really have not thought much about that. I think we're on a little bit of a mission here, and that's really been the focus. And you know, and I think that's how the kids are thinking too.
All right, thanks, guys.